Welcome to the Family History Show by Findmypast. Today we are looking back on a year of research and fun and then celebrating with a little Christmas quiz. So stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to the Family History Show by Findmypast. If you are new around here, my name is Liam from the social media team here at Findmypast, and as always I am joined by my co-host Ellie.
Hi everybody, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Yeah, it's it's Friday. I'm so pleased it's Friday. I'm so prepared for the weekend. I'm so prepared for a weekend of nothing much apart from finishing up my Christmas shopping and some family history research. So that's pretty much all that's on my agenda.
Sounds like a good weekend, to be fair. And yeah, it's second last weekend before Christmas. So, like you say, it is time to start wrapping up the Christmas shopping and everything. And it's your last Friday, working Friday of, but not of the year, but before Christmas.
It is, yeah, because I am heading off abroad to spend Christmas with family. I've got young nephews and a niece, and normally I don't really have Christmas around kids because I don't have any of my own. And yeah, so it would be a first for me to have Christmas around children. It would be really fun.
Exciting, exciting. Yeah, I don't think I've had, since I was a kid and with my younger cousins, I don't think I've had Christmas with children. And not sure I could cope with that. I quite like a relaxed Christmas. I don't want the children running around mad as much fun as they are having. It's a bit too much for me. I like to relax on Christmas, so don't envy you there, but it'll be good, I'm sure. So as always, let us know in the comment where you are tuning in from, how things are looking. I can see cold and dull Edinburgh mentioned. I think that's going to be a recurring theme unless some of our overseas audience tap in with the lovely weather that they have sometimes, which always makes me jealous. But as I say, I think it is, yeah, going to be a recurring theme. And Daphne pointing out that it is Friday the 13th as well, which may explain why Daphne had to drop us a message asking if we were live today, because the post didn't go as it normally does. So I would have noticed if Daphne hadn't messaged. So thank you very much for that, Daphne. And yeah, we'll chalk that one down to Friday the 13th. Now that I realise that that's the case, we'll blame that. But I feel like I always end up doing Friday the 13th. Obviously, there's probably a couple a year, but always seems to be the case. So hopefully that is the only piece of bad luck that affects us here today. And I can see Rita is already looking forward to the Christmas quiz as well. So Ellie does not know what the questions and answers obviously are, so she will be playing along with you. There's no prizes, so Ellie's not going to beat you to any prizes, but just our
Glory,
respect and admiration. Yeah, glory. And you
glory.
can finish the year as being the Family History Show Quiz Champion 2024, because it is our very last live of the year as well. We
It
are,
is,
Jen
yeah.
is on holiday, and then we will obviously be in and out over Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, we'll be finishing on a high with a nice quiz and hearing from you all. You may have noticed that there is no question of the week in the description either, because we've got three questions of the week. Essentially, we're going to be hearing from you throughout the session, so we can all tap in and see how everyone's going. And thank you for removing that. I just realized I hadn't done it, so thank you. That was going to be on screen the whole time had you
Hey,
not done that.
hey,
So
I'm your
thank you.
co-pilot. That's what I'm here for today.
Yeah, you can deal with the technical stuff, because, like I say, I didn't get off to a good start with the post not going live, but we're here and everyone has made it in the end as well. So yeah, as I say, we're going to have a bit of a look back on the year as a whole, family history and otherwise, hear how everyone has been getting on. So we will hear from Ellie and myself shortly, but get your answers in comments all ready for us to discuss as well. How has 2024 been as a year from a personal standpoint, from a family history standpoint? Let us know how you found the year as a whole as well. And I'll go to you first, Ellie. How has 2024 treated you?
Yeah, we've done some very exciting stuff over at Findmypast this year. Um, I sometimes don't find that I have enough time. Definitely not. I can't do my own family tree while I'm at work. So it's about having like the headspace outside of work to to work on that. And I've been trying to do like different things as well. So I don't know if I've shown you guys this, but I was in Shropshire, Ludlow, back in September, I think, September, October. And we were going around the market, and I was looking through like all the old photos that people have for sale, and like there were like whole photo albums of stuff and postcards. I was trying to find something that had a little bit of a clue on it because I like a challenge. I like to brush up on my skills as a family historian, and I found this one. Have I shown you guys this?
I
So
don't think
it's
we've
a
seen that. No.
postcard. I'll put it up. It's a woman in traditional Welsh costume. Okay, so I'll keep that up for a second. And then on the back, it's got some handwriting there. It's actually really hard to read, but I can read most of it. So it was actually sent in 1906, I think, from Beaumaris, and it was sent to Portsmouth. And sorry, it was sent from Bangor, not Beaumaris. It was stamped in Beaumaris. And I've been trying to research the person who sent it, but also the recipient. So yeah, that sort of stuff. What about you? How's your 2024 been?
It's been good, yeah. That will be a year since I joined yourself in the social team as well. That was a year last month. So from a personal standpoint, very, very exciting. It was kind of just before Christmas that I joined the team. So I feel like I joined before Christmas, but I almost feel like I didn't fully start until the new year almost because Christmas was so hectic and in motion. So yeah, personally, a good year for that. Like you say, it's been really hard to do my family history. It felt like it was easier when I was in the customer support team, but because we do so much research as part of our jobs as well, finishing all that, finishing the working day, and then having the energy to sit down and do my own family tree can be quite hard going sometimes. So yeah, it's been a slow year for my own personal family tree. But I think with the research we've been doing, some people may know, I think we've mentioned it before, that a part of the team here do internal sessions about research as well. So I think despite not actually having done my own family tree, I think I've learned a lot about research from, as I say, the work we've been doing from our colleagues here as well. So maybe a New Year's resolution for me is to set aside more time and to try and utilize those skills, like you're saying with that postcard, having a challenge to kind of keep you going, having a purpose. I think, like you say, when you finish work, sitting down, even opening my family tree and knowing where to start again, it's been so long since I did it properly, can be a bit of a challenge. So yeah, I think new year,
That's a good
new
point.
research.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. If any of you guys have any tips for us on how to not how to make time for family history, that's not the I suppose that's not the right thing. It's like how to dip your toe back into it. From a personal standpoint, when we do this from a professional standpoint for most of our working days. And as you say, Liam, I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but we do have sort of like back to basics internal research sessions here at Findmypast, so it's a requirement for all staff. Are you a facilitator, Liam, or is it just me?
Just you, yeah. I'm
You need to be a facilitator.
Just a willing participant.
So like me and Jen, we're two of the facilitators. Some of you might remember Niall. He's in our brand team as well. He's a facilitator. And we've got people like Brian and Aoife. And basically, Aoife comes up with a family history challenge, I suppose, every month for us all as a company to go into groups and to try and tackle. And we try and look at like the product experience and like what that is like for you guys. It helps us spot things that we can improve, but it also helps us learn so much about like the research process. And it's always very, very interesting for me as a facilitator how people go about things in different ways, because I believe there's no one right way to do family history. There's always going to be slightly different approaches that people take, and I find that utterly fascinating where people go first, why they go that way first. That's actually been probably one of the highlights for me for the year, is continuing to work with these groups and learn from them. I guess it's very valuable for me.
Yeah, like you say, not just like the research side of things, but just how people use the website as well, because everyone has their own ways. Like me and you probably have different ways of finding the same record. So hearing all these different ways of doing it, it kind of takes me back to my customer support days as well, when people would be on the phone and I'd have my set way and they'd say what they were doing, and I was trying to like reset almost, which is what the sessions are for as well, is just interacting with the product, the website, the records. And yeah, like you say, you learn a lot about the research, about the website, about the product, and about your colleagues as well, I think. So they are good sessions. Definitely should be a highlight for you as well, I think. And we'll see how the community year has been as well. I just want to highlight
what have you guys saying?
Super Rosie, which is a great username as well. I just want to highlight this. First of all, she's especially excited for Christmas as her daughter is expecting a baby on the 28th, another addition to the family tree. I love that as well. And as one of our colleagues used to say, whenever someone was leaving on maternity leave, they would say, you can't have family history without family. So like you say, another name on the family tree. So congratulations to yourself and all involved as well. An exciting Christmas for you there. And who else have we got? I like this, Gillian. 2024 has not been too bad. Some successes with searches, but others are still work in progress. My family tree, like I've mentioned, is definitely, it's been in work in progress mode for about 18 months or something like that, I would say now. So I can agree with you there, Gillian, but 2025 will be the year that the work progresses, hopefully. There, let's see. Rita, I like this one as well. Even with a few minor ups and downs, I feel extremely blessed. And I think that's a nice way of putting it. There's always going to be setbacks, but you come out the other side, and like you say, you can look back and remember everything that you are blessed for.
So true.
What else have we got? Nice one from Janet here as well. I always like hearing about people writing, and I know Janet is one that's always reporting back, so this is especially cool. Not progressing much on many brick walls, but had a few articles printed in Family History Society journals. The latest, I'm going to need a link to this one, The Body in the Villa. It already sounds like some sort of murder mystery thriller book of some description. So yeah, we're going to need a link to this, I think, Janet, so we can see. You can't put a title like that and not follow up with what it's all about. Who else do we have? Anything from yourself, Ellie, jumping out in the comments?
Rosie saying, no real new family added, have lots already, but revisiting ancestors haven't been prompted by newspaper articles. I think this is fantastic, Rosie, because I think for those of us who've been doing family history for however many years, you get to a point where you're not, it goes beyond the names and the dates, and you want that color and that context for your family, and newspapers are such a fantastic way to do this. I am reminded almost daily. I mean, we say this a lot, and you guys might think, oh, you have to say this about newspapers. You work for Findmypast. No, we genuinely love newspapers. I have been looking at, let me just double check which one it is because I've still got it open. It's the illustrated war news. I've been looking at that over the past couple of days and pulling out some photographs for some social media content and illustrations, and it's breathtaking. It honestly, it blows my mind, some of the stuff that we have, and I forget the breadth and the depth that the newspaper archive offers, and it is only getting better. It's only expanding. So the guys who look after our newspapers, they're based in Boston Spa in Yorkshire, and they do the scanning from the paper. They do scanning from microfilm, and they're constantly sharing with us fun things that they've just scanned aren't online yet. Like, they still have to go through like data processes in our like Dundee office and things like that. And yeah, just the sort of things they come out with. One of the things that came out this week were like costumes for a party ideas, and it was so funny. Like, one of them was like, oh, obviously you want to dress up as boot polish. Here's a costume idea for boot polish. I'm just like, honestly, it's just so wacky. But yeah, Rosie, it just reminds me of, newspaper is amazing.
Yeah, I know. Like you say, a lot of people probably think because we're employees that we're towing the company line saying that. But I mean, how many afternoons? At least 2 afternoons a week, me and you are just pinging links back and forth, look at this picture, look at this
Look
picture,
at this, look at
saw this
this.
picture, but got distracted by this article, look at it. And like so many, like, as I say, at least an hour of 2 afternoons a week, if not more, is spent by rabbit holes, let's call them professional rabbit holes. It's work related, but it's still a
Work-related rabbit
rabbit hole.
holes.
Yeah. Like I say, professional rabbit holes. Professional, that's what I'm going with for
Okay,
any
we'll
members
call
of staff listening.
we'll call them that. Normally Thomas is listening, and Thomas is our manager. So that's what we're calling them, Thomas.
Nobody tell him. If Thomas isn't here, nobody tell him we said that. Me and Ellie are always working 8 hours a day, not a minute less. Another nice personal achievement in the comments as well from Ellen, although she is still banging her head against what seems to be a permanent brick wall and family illnesses have slowed down the research. She has become the correspondence secretary. I shouldn't have picked this because now I'm going to struggle how to say this word. Beloit,
Yeah.
Beloit, Wisconsin, DAR
Right.
chapter. I was just, sometimes when like you're halfway through reading a comment and then you see a word and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to pronounce this. I didn't clock that before. Looking forward to an interesting 2025. So well done, Ellen, as well. I hope all is well with the family. But as I say, a really nice personal achievement there as well, becoming the correspondence secretary as well. So a big shout out to you as well. And yeah, a lot of nice research achievements, but also some like personal ones as well. Like I say, we've got people becoming secretaries. Jeff's tree is going to appear in a family history magazine next year as well. So really good as well. A nice one here as well. When the research comes offline, Alan has found some new second cousins and actually met up with them as well. So that's always a fun thing to hear about people saying as well when, like I say, you're kind of taking the research offline and it becomes real and you're meeting these people. So I really like that one as well. Yes, so many really good achievements as well. And people, as I say, research points of view, personal points of view. So yeah, seems it's been a good year for everyone by the sounds of things as well. A lot of nice personal and research achievements as well. And on the topic of research achievements, nice little segue there. We are going to talk about what your favorite find of the year was. I know me and Ellie have just said how we kind of struggled to get back into our family history, our personal family history, but we're always researching for stuff for social media as well. So there's still some stuff in there. But as I say, you can start letting us know in the comments what your sort of favorite find of the year was, whether it was an individual ancestor you've been looking for, a newspaper article, a new record, whatever it might be. Let us know what your favorite find of the year was, and I will come to you first. Ellie, do you have a favorite find as a personal or a social media one?
I probably got one of both. So my personal favorite family history find of the year is probably a really good advert for going back to stuff you've already looked at with fresh eyes. So I was looking for some examples to showcase what the 1939 register looks like and the sort of information that you can find for a previous one of these sessions. And my eye was drawn to the extra information column on the original image. And I noticed that my great grandmother was an air raid precaution warden, and I had no idea about that. And I had never seen this note before. I don't know how many times I would have looked at this record originally, but looking at every single part and not discounting it, because that was a really special little discovery for me. And I never met this woman, my great grandmother. I was told that she was quite an austere woman, when my great grandfather was apparently, who I also never met, he was apparently very gentle, very soft, very softly spoken, similar to my grandfather in that respect, I think. But yeah, apparently my great grandmother was very sort of serious and austere. But that little note on the record sort of told me a little bit more about her. That even though, yeah, okay, she may have been serious, she may have been austere, she may have been, raising her family while my great grandfather went off to work for Cadbury every day, but she still found time to volunteer for the home front effort. And yeah, I feel like I know her a little bit better now.
Yeah, that's a really nice find. Like you say, when you do get to know the people a little bit better from those extra little bits, and like you say, the more information column especially can be eye-opening as well. It's not just the address and the dates of birth and everything like that. So that is a nice one. I just had a bit of a flashback because I did do some very brief research on my own family tree not long ago, and I just had to get my phone to remember exactly what it was because I got a hint from another person's family tree who ended up being my dad's cousin, I think it was, who we know my dad's cousin, but we never knew he did family history. But he had some like documents attached to my great grandmother on my dad's side's profile, and her sister went to America at some point. I can't remember exactly when, but my great grandparents tried to go to America but were knocked back because my great grandfather had an injury at the time, so he wasn't fit to work. So they kind of rejected his application. So they always stayed in Ireland and then moved to Scotland. But then he had on her profile on the family tree a annual certificate of compliance, which said that my great grandmother had satisfied all United States of America income tax obligations to income to be received in the taxable year 1967. But I don't know why she would be getting taxed in America when she lived in Scotland at the time. So that was a very peculiar one. I'm not sure if she was sending money over to there and that had to be taxed, or if she was getting a pension from someone in the United States or something like that. But as I say, that was my kind of curiosity starter. And going back to what we said, that might be my starting point for when I start doing my research next year, which I'm going to be held accountable to, courtesy of these live sessions. But I just remembered that there when you were talking about that I got that random family tree hint, which has opened up, an odd kind of line, I think. So that's my late find of the year, because that was only about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, one to look into, I think.
That's pretty cool.
I'll report back.
That's a bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah, because I'd learned a lot about them trying to go to America and everything, but I knew that they didn't go to America, obviously, because my dad was born in Scotland. But yeah, strange. I'm not sure how that came about. So if anyone has any suggestions as to why a Scottish resident with family in New York would be being approved for income tax in the United States in the 60s, a very niche topic, but if anyone has any sort of historical accounting knowledge, you can let me know where I should start my lines of investigation, because I sent it to my dad because my dad would have been 8 years old at the time, so I didn't know if he would remember anything about if she'd gone to visit or anything like that. But yeah, as I say, I will report back, and as I say, if anyone has any advice for me on that front, a very niche topic, so I'm not expecting much, but someone somewhere knows something for me. But let's have a look at some more concrete finds that people have had, starting off with Heather. Thanks to FMP, she's managed to break a brick wall after 40 years back to the early 1600s on her husband's side. The only thing it keeps telling people that I look for dead people. We've all been there when it comes to genealogy. I think that's more or less how my girlfriend describes my job to anyone any of her friends as well. When they ask what I do social media and I look for dead people. So we've all been there. Every family historian has been tarred with that brush, but it's not as grim as it sounds.
I want a t-shirt that says it.
Yeah, new Family History Soul merch coming 2025 with that slogan printed on it there. What else do we have? This one is an interesting one as well. That Kim Billy's cousin sent her a letter from 1911, which explains how my granddad's siblings ended up in an institute. That's a really interesting one as well. I'm curious to know who the letter was to and from, and how that came about, how your cousin was able to find it as well. That's a really interesting one as well. A little bit off the cuff as well. Sometimes I think when it's not just a particular record, it's an actual letter from 1911. So yeah, very cool. Be interesting to hear more about that one. What else do we have? Jan one here. Jan's favorite find was solving a friend's 90-year mystery. So we started off with 40-year mysteries. Now we're on to 90-year mysteries concerning her grandfather. Neither she nor her mother knew the name of the grandfather, who was a friend of her mum. And using DNA testing, she's been able to solve not only the family line, but to pinpoint the actual man who was the mystery grandfather and your friend was delighted, rightfully so, friend was delighted. And that's one of the cool things about family history as well, is that obviously you have your own finds, and we all know the emotion that comes from the own finds as well. But sometimes finding stuff for other people can be just as rewarding as yourself, especially when as I say, your friend is rightfully delighted there as well. And I was helping one of my friends who lives in America now, trying to figure out where in Scotland and Ireland his family came from, because he knew he had Scottish and Irish. It's a really crazy family tree. It's an experience for me. There was Scottish, Irish, Norwegian, and somewhere else somewhere in Central America. So it was a new line of research for me. I'd never even researched America, let alone Norwegian migration to America in the early 1700s. So yeah, it's from an entirely selfish point of view, it's a very rewarding, I think, when you can help someone with a mystery like that. So well done, Jan, on that one. Some really good ones coming in here as well. My comments are messing up a bit, so I can't put it on the screen, but Victoria suggests, did my family invest in a company perhaps? And that would be, and then it drew dividends, and that would be maybe why. That's a good line to go for, actually. That would be, I need to figure out more about what the family in New York were doing, maybe, and like you say, if they had sent money and were due dividends back. That's good, because yeah, I was thinking along the kind of pension or inheritance line, but the dividends is a really good shout.
Yeah,
Oh,
William
William's
had a
got
good
that as well.
suggestion
That's
as
been cut
well.
off on my screen.
Yeah, did the family own any shares in a company based in the US? Could easily be a company that operated between Scotland and the States, and if the company did well, maybe the tax was on the share value. Yeah, these are great pointers, guys. Thank
That
you.
is true. Yeah, apologies to William as well, because like I say, some of my comments are merging into one on the right hand side here, so I can't see them all. But yeah, both really good suggestions. Maybe I'm due millions of pounds from a now really successful company in America that I don't know about as well. So if I don't come back into the new year, you know why.
Just to let you know, because this was a group effort, so like I'm involved.
Oh.
All the guys watching are involved. You're gonna have to split it. We're all gonna be due a payout.
We'll drop contracts, but like I say, if I don't come back in the new year, you know why, because I'm some sort of mogul in the US now.
Yeah, this is a good one from Daphne. My great fan was a newspaper article reporting the circumstances of my great uncle's death. The article broke one brick wall as it named his daughter, who had found him dead. With the daughter's name, I was able to move forward. So, silver lining there. Not particularly nice find in the newspapers, but it did knock down a brick wall for you. So that's pretty good, Daphne.
Yeah, it's the nature of family history as well, isn't it? When favorite find is a bit maybe a poorly worded question, because it can be good or bad. Like we always say, you never know what you're going to come across as well. You can be breaking down brick walls, which has unhappy circumstances, but you've still done it.
Yeah. Before we move on, Linda had a question about changes to adding photos on the profile page of working on her phone. Linda, if you can take some screenshots for us and either send them to us on Facebook through Facebook Messenger, or you can send them to support and we'll have a look at that for you. I'm sorry that it's getting more difficult. We'll certainly have a look.
I thought I had the support email address there, but it is just, I'll pop it on screen very quickly for you as well. support@findmypast.com, nice and easy one there. So yeah, drop them a line, or like Ellie says, drop it to us on Facebook or your social media of choice, and we can put it in the hands of the right people as well.
Exactly.
And see. Good stuff. What else do we have on the agenda? As I say, I had 3 questions of the week, so I'm struggling to keep track of all 3 of them, but we've got one more, and then it's time for the big fat quiz of the year, the big Find My Past quiz of the year. So the last one, favorite thing Find My Past has done this year for the community side of things, whether that is a new feature you've been enjoying, a new record set, a new newspaper. I feel like we were at an event almost every week in summer. It felt like someone was somewhere at all points. So maybe you came to one of those events and met us in person. Maybe it's one of them. But yeah, let us know, what have you enjoyed that Find My Past has done? Or of course, it could be one of the many fantastic social media posts or live sessions that myself and Ellie have created this year. So no bonus points if that is one of your questions, if that is one of your suggestions. But yeah, let us know what your favorite thing has done. And me and you were speaking just before we went live, and it has been a busy year for Findmypast, like I say, even from an events alone point of view, plus all the cool stuff that's happened on the website, the millions of new records and newspaper pages there. So yeah, can you narrow it down to one? Do you need a top three, a top
Can I
five?
do a top? Can I do a top three?
Yeah.
So a massive, massive shout out to our product team because they are coming up with some amazing, innovative stuff right now. And over the course of the last year, we've had, I think my favorite thing they've launched has been collections, because I love being able to have a centralized place for all of my newspaper research on a particular topic. I cannot put into words how useful that has been, but also from an experience standpoint for anybody looking at our social media content, if I'm crafting a story that I have found in the newspapers, it's so easy. Like, all anybody reading the post has to do is click a link and you have everything in one place, and that person can explore the newspaper clippings as much or as little as they'd like. So yeah, I absolutely love collections, basically.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my first one. There you go.
Collections. I know you are the biggest advocate for collections because anytime anything is discussed in the team, within 10 minutes, Ellie has a collections link for us that she has either already made or has ready to go. Blue Peter style. Here's one I made earlier. Ellie is the real queen of collections when it comes to the brand team. She has one for everything. So if there's anything you're interested in, Ellie probably has a collection ready to go for you. So yeah, put your request in the comments and Ellie can find a collection that suits that. Yeah, it's hard because,
There
like
you
you
go.
say, collections was a good one. As a more recent one, I really enjoyed the puzzles and the Findmypast app as well. I am a daily Wordle connections crossword Sudoku player, so adding another game for my morning coffee to play along with has been really fun as well. So yeah, puzzles as a more recent one. It's only been a week or so, just over a week now since that came out, but that was good. Personally, I think the women's prize that was this year, the days are all blended into one. The women's prize was a really cool one as well for us to get to go to an event like that. It's not something I ever thought I'd ever be at an event like that, but mingling
We
with the
met Stanley
stars.
Tucci.
Yeah. I never thought that working for a family history company would uh, land me in a conversation with Stanley Tucci. So that was a cool one from a personal point of view. And yeah, it's another opportunity for us to meet the people that use the website, to introduce new people to the website as well, and be able to get a chance to. It was really fun. I think speaking to people who aren't family historians about their family, I think that's always kind of really cool, and hearing like the little bits that they know already from without having done any family history, and seeing how interested they already are. Kind of things. Yeah, I always enjoy the events, and like I say, I think you especially were at like 3 events in the space of just over a month or something at one point in summer. They were coming thick and fast. I think Jan mentioned the one in Derbyshire as well that you were at as well. I think that was about the same time of year. You were at the Chelsea Flower Show as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I had a really busy year, and I am immensely grateful that I get to do fun stuff like this for my job. Yeah, so I went to Chelsea Flower Show because we sponsored a houseplant studio, which ended up winning he won in his category. I think he actually won in about 2, 3 categories.
Yeah,
Anyway,
really
yeah. Unfortunately, I did go on like the wettest day, and I wore brand new white trainers, and they were wrecked. They did wash. Don't go. They did wash, but it wasn't a good look. Um, and I was standing outside of this 1970 inspired houseplant studio, talking to people about their 1970s memories and stuff. So that was really special. The women's prize events have been fantastic. We went to 2 events in the summer in London, and we got to meet some amazing people. I don't know if you guys know of the author and historian Kate Moss. We've been able to talk to her, and she's lovely, and she's so intelligent. She's always got such amazing stories to tell about women. And I think that's one of the other things I've really enjoyed this year, is that we have been sort of championing ensuring that our women ancestors have their rightful place in history, where sometimes the records just skim over them a little bit. So it's about us all collectively putting that extra effort in to make sure that their stories are told. And we pick these 5 women from history who were reasonably not very well known. That's not the right way to put it. But we actually hired actors to play them at the Women's Prize events, and they were a huge hit. And then Maddie, our PR manager, she organised an award ceremony, because we had a vote going. You could vote for your historical heroine, and like the winner got awarded with a plaque. And then they did an event in Leicester, and we got the actors back in their costumes, and that's really special to see history come alive in that way, I guess. God,
Yeah,
I could literally
really
go
cool.
on and on and on.
Yeah, I know. Let's hear from the community, because I think your top 3 is rapidly turning into a top 10, I think. So we'll go to the community.
It's been a really, really busy, but a really, really good year.
Yeah, and like I say, we are extremely lucky to have the jobs we have and to be able to get to do cool things like that. Like Kelsey Flower Show, a Women's Prize for Nonfiction, for example, is just 2 examples of things that, I never thought we'd get to experience. So big thank you to everyone involved behind the scenes organising those things as well. I know I said no bonus points, but there's a lot of bonus points actually being dished out, because we are getting a lot of love for the Fridays Lives. We've got Jane, Stephen finding the live broadcast. Great to have you here, Stephen, as well. Who else we've got? We've got Ellen giving love for the Fridays Live. I like this one as well for Daphne. It's the only hour of the week where she can guarantee mostly me time as well. So who else would you want to spend it with but Ellie, myself, and of course Jen and Rose with the expert hour as well. So appreciate all the love as well. And Victoria to every Friday session. I agree with collections, tips on how to find things, and your guests give us an extra boost of knowledge from an external point of view. Yeah, the guest episodes as well, going back to another kind of highlight of the year, I think. That one with Saul David a couple of weeks ago was the first time I'd ever actually hosted a guest, so I was quite nervous about that one, but he was brilliant, extremely knowledgeable.
He's so nice, isn't he?
He's such a nice guy to speak to. I had a chance to speak to him a bit before we went live as well, and just, as I say, I was quite nervous when I saw him join in. I was a bit, I've never done this before, but yeah, he's so easy to speak to. As I say, the knowledge he has is brilliant. We've got some really good questions for the community. You were all very well behaved as well, because I know there was no one in the comments that day, so I was very well behaved, as you always are as well. So, and big thank you to you all as well for the love for the Fridays Live, but for tuning in every week as well. It's a Friday afternoon, it's an hour of your day, and we always really appreciate seeing the same faces, seeing new faces pop up here and there as well. We always really appreciate, because if no one was tuning in, me and Ellie would have to be doing work for the last hour of the week, which nobody wants to do. So we'd much rather hop onto Facebook and chat with our lovely community as we get the chance to. So as I say, thank you all for doing that.
Yeah, like tell your friends if they want to come in for a sort of very light-hearted chat about family history, and the odd dad joke. Just tell your friends, because the more people we can reach with this live stream, the more we can carry on doing them, and hopefully the more exciting guests we can get in as well. So please share far and wide if you are able to, because we would really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got the quiz to do, so I will speed run some of the other highlights for what Findmypast have done this year. Great shout from Kim. The 4 free weekends that we had, she got to view and research so much. That was, really fun to be involved in with the free weekends as well. I know a lot of people made some really good discoveries there. A lot of people agreeing with you. The clipping collections from Janet, Heather echoes that as well. The collections feature is great. Very important one from Rosie as well. Collections, but also wants to flag the work of the moderators on the Findmypast forum. Absolutely a massive shout out to them. I've become much more involved with the forum over previous couple months now or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one close to my heart as well. And yeah, a massive shout out to the work that they do on the Find My Past forum, helping people with research, helping us with things behind the scenes as well. So yeah, massive shout out to them as well.
Yeah, they put so much
Collections,
work in.
yeah,
From my perspective as well. Like we're
yeah,
very grateful to our volunteer. I must stress that volunteer moderators. They do so much.
absolutely. Yeah, massive help to us, massive help to the community as well. And yeah, three extremely knowledgeable individuals as well, which you could probably come to with a question about any aspect of family history, and they will at least point you in the right direction, if not answer it straight off the bat. They are, yeah, brilliant. And yeah, like I say, collections is the winner, I think, that the of the Find My Past feature of the year, shall we say.
I'm going to tell the team. Because there's a particular team that have worked on it, and I was in. We have a Friday meeting, a Friday morning meeting every week, where all these different teams that are working cross-functionally give up updates on what they've been working on. And I can't really tell you, but there's more exciting stuff coming with collections, and there's more exciting stuff building on collections too. I'm very excited to see where it's going to go, because it's only going to get better, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Very excited.
And yeah, maybe we'll have some special guests into the new year once that is all ready to go as well, and we can talk you through that as well. And just when I thought I was going to finish the year without any further comments, I've been good recently, Daphne. I've not mentioned football for a while, so no chat about football. I will, just for you, Daphne, I'll see what I can sort into the new year for a football special and have some guests.
Want football chat.
I'll find a guest host that isn't Ellie for that one. I'll get someone on to do that one.
I will caveat, if it's like football history and football like family history, I'll take that, because I find the history of women's football utterly fascinating. I'm not even a football fan, but that I find really interesting. So I will caveat that is permitted from my perspective.
Historical, yeah. Oh yeah, it's I'm not coming for Gary Lineker's job hosting Match of the Day or anything. It'll be historical. But if anyone from the BBC is watching and likes what I do, give me a phone for Match of the Day. I know you're in the market for a new host. But anyway, that's my CV pitch out of the way, and we are on to the Christmas quiz. So, 10 questions. I was going to say all loosely Christmas, but they're all pretty explicitly Christmas related. I'm just going to Google one answer here, because I've just had a brief thought that I forgot to actually fact check that one. So let me just have a look and see.
While you do that, I'll clarify that Liam asked me earlier, do you want to see the answers and the questions and the answers, or do you want to play along with the rest of you guys? And I said I'll play along. I think my first question was, how hard are they? And he was just like, eh. So that was his answer. So how are we going to do this? Are we going to give answers for each question, like put them in the chat, and then say what's right, or are we writing them all down and then doing all the answers at the end? Which way do you want to do
it? What would people find easier? Not everyone might have a pen and paper to hand necessarily, so we'll do it question about. We'll do question answer, so we can keep things moving. It might get people tallying up scores and everything. So Google at the ready, Daphne says.
I tell you what, I'm going to do. I'm going to hide the comments so I can't see them. So because I don't want to be influenced by what you guys are saying. So I'm going to make this so I now cannot see your comments.
That's fair. I'm going to start copy pasting the questions over so I can pop them on screen as well for anyone that misses them. So question 1. Typing fingers at the ready. I should really have a timer for every question or something, so I know we're not going too far. We'll do it roughly a minute. Whenever the clock hits the next minute, we'll give people a chance. But Daphne has already said she's Googling, so I will not be accepting any answers from Daphne. Daphne is excluded straight off the bat. No cheating. No
glory for Daphne. I'm joking. No. Daphne, you can have glory. It's fine.
If it was me, I'd be Googling them. So yeah, I'm not expelling anyone for Googling them, to be honest with you. So question number 1, typing fingers at the ready. What are you going to... I'm going to need you to write your answer down, so I can prove you're not just stealing them from the chat, and then we'll get your
Oh,
one,
okay. Hold on. Hold on.
and
Let
then
me
we'll
get my
see,
notebook back out.
and
I
then
put
we'll
it
do
away because
question
I
one.
only have a small desk. Right. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Got to get my work notebook out.
This is one of
I
those
have.
pages in your notebook that you're going to look back on in like 12 months and be like, why the
What
hell have I
happened
got
there?
this stuff written down? Like, why have I got this stuff written?
Okay.
Right,
I'm ready. I'm
question
ready.
one.
Go, 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 go.
Typing fingers and pens at the ready. Question number one is, which band has the most UK Christmas number ones? Which band? UK Christmas. So I do apologize for our international audience, but there's more general questions coming up. But yeah, which band had the most Christmas number ones on the UK official charts? I like the fact that I've told you to write your questions down because I can see that you're really thinking about it and you've not written anything down yet. We'll give it a wee minute here.
Do we
And
not have
see.
like a three options that we can pick one from?
Do you want the three? Do you want multi? No, that's too easy.
Oh God, I'm just gonna have to guess.
Which
We're already
band? There's a
going
clue
over.
in the fact that it's banned.
Okay, band. This is wrong.
And you'll get a bonus point if you can tell me how many they were as well. But we'll give it another couple of seconds. You got your answer, Ellie?
I'm not confident at all.
You're not confident, right? Well, we'll do it. You tell us what your answer is.
Am I going to show you?
No, I'll believe what you have written down. It's
Okay, I put take that, but I'm way off that.
That's not a bad shout, to be fair. There was a few
It's a
quite
terrible shout.
close shouts as well. People said Wham, people said Band-Aid, but a lot of people did get it right. It was the Beatles have the most UK Christmas number ones. It was very interesting. According to the stats I looked at, the Beatles have 4 Christmas number ones, which I think's strange because you don't necessarily associate them with Christmas music. But I guess it was just what was popular. I think they had 3 in a row throughout the 60s, I think it was. So yeah, very interesting. Next one, also music related. Not all of them are music related, but some of them are, unfortunately. So if you're not a music fan, I apologize, but there are some film and TV ones. This one is, what is the best-selling Christmas single of all time in the UK? The best-selling Christmas single of all time in the UK. I feel like you've got an answer written down quite quickly there, Ellie.
Can I put 2 down?
Can you put 2 down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can give me half a point if I get one of them right rather than a whole point.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready? What have you got?
I'm ready.
Hit us
Okay,
with both of them.
so first I've got Last Christmas, and the second one is All I Want for Christmas.
2 good shouts. Unfortunately, both incorrect. I will have you know, though, unfortunately, but a lot of people are getting in the comments. This is one I wouldn't have got. I would have gone with what Rita said, which is "Do They Know It's Christmas" by Band-Aid, but it is actually "White Christmas" by Bing Crosby. Is the biggest selling one, which again I wouldn't have got there. Daphne got it. I'm not going to ask her how she got it, but Daphne got it. But a few people got that one right. I'm only joking, Daphne. You know it. You know it's only banter. But yeah, it's not one I would have got that one. I think, like I said, I would have gone with Band-Aid. I think would have been the obvious kind of choice for that one. I think this is not quite the last music one, but after this we are taking a break from the music ones. This one's quite tricky, I think. Well, it'd be tricky for us, I think, but some people in the comments might remember it, so it might be easier for them. But in which year did the song "Fairy Tale of New York" by the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl first chart in the UK? Which year did it first chart in the UK?
So not when it was released, but when it first charted, as in like so chart. Do you class that as like top? Is it top 10, top 100, top 50?
Maybe there is the same answer. It was released and charted in the same year. I'm not sure
Okay,
why I worded it that way, to be honest. It should have just said released, but yeah, which
okay.
which year did it first chart or which year did it release? Because, like I say, it is actually the same one. I wouldn't have got this one, but as I say, I think some people might remember it coming out. So this one's a bit trickier, so I'll give a little bit longer there. But a few people are getting it. Like I say, I think maybe we weren't alive when it came out, so
That's a
that
good
is there.
clue. Thanks.
Yeah. So it's it wasn't in the 90s, put it that way. But yeah, a lot of people are actually getting it. It was indeed 1987 that one
I
released
put
and charted.
88.
Oh, I forgot to ask for your answer. Sorry, I forgot to ask for your
I
answer. I
put
was too enthralled by
88.
that's really good. That's a really good guess.
I'm
Yeah, a
not
lot of
doing
people
very well
caught
at
that
this.
one. That's all right. Like I did say, it maybe gets easier. Let me have a look. It maybe gets
I'm
a
really
little bit easier
curious.
here. You'll get
Is
this
it
one.
is this the fact that I'm sharing in everybody else's anguish and pain trying to know the answers to this? Is this helping? Are you guys enjoying this? Uh,
I'm certainly enjoying the pain and anguish, so we'll stick with it. I think it's making my quiz a lot more fun for me. This one, I think you'll get this one.
okay.
So, question number 4. The advert for which iconic British retailer starred Monty the Penguin? I think it was one of the top Christmas adverts that year. I think it was 24, taken off screen. I think it was 2014 the advert came out, if that gives anyone a clue. But yeah, which British retailer came up with Monty the Penguin for their Christmas? I feel like this is one that even if you don't know, there's like some educated guesses because it's the same sort of companies every year that have the big Christmas adverts.
Yeah, I've
So
definitely made an educated guess.
yeah, and give people another couple seconds there. A lot of people are getting it in the comments there. What have you gone for, Ellie?
I went with John Lewis, but
John Lewis is correct. Your first one. This is,
one point for
yeah.
Ellie.
Some of these we're into some of the slightly easier territory now. Some of these, yeah, I think you'll get. I think I started off too hard, and then they went for it. But yeah, a lot of people getting John Lewis. See, Marks and Spencers were mentioned. That's one of those. Like in my head, it was going to be John Lewis, Marks and Spencers, Debenhams, perhaps. Like it was going to be one of them. But yeah, Monty the Penguin. I was looking back on all the Christmas ones, and I do apologize, Ellen. As I said, some of these are quite UK centric, but we've got some more international ones. So you can start playing along this time. Question number 5. We're halfway through, so we're on time to finish up just after 5 o'clock, perhaps. And in the Christmas Carol, the 12 Days of Christmas, how many gold rings are given? This is one, as many times as I've heard this song in my life, I could not remember how many maids were milking and whatever else the presents
You
are.
know, do you know how hard it was to not sing the line just then and give away the
Yeah.
answer? Like, I was
Yeah.
this close to doing it.
One of the questions that I looked at was it's not in the quiz, so this isn't a spoiler, but how many la's come after like fa la 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 la? And I was like sitting in my head going la 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 la, like, and I could never. It was different every time. I was getting 8 or 9 depending on what I did.
It's
I
about
think it was
9.
I think it was 9. Yeah, I googled it, but even Google was telling me different. So yeah, it
They're
was
wrong.
no, I think it was, yeah, Google said 9, but I was trying to do it on my hands, and yeah, I was just getting a different answer every time. So that was quite tricky. But yeah, how many gold rings were given, Ellie? 5
5
gold rings.
gold rings. Sorry, that was
Oh.
horrific. It would have been nice if I'd had a chance to warm up
Yeah, do
or sung
your
it in a lower key.
saltwater exercises and everything. But yeah, 5 gold rings. As I say, as many times as I've heard that song, I don't think I would ever have actually got that one. I struggled to remember. I was watching, I can't remember what I was watching, and one of the questions was naming all the presents from that song. And some of them I just totally omitted from my memory, to be honest. So well
The
done. A
thing,
lot of people got that
the,
one.
the trickier question is when you have to add up all of them.
That was one of the questions that I saw when I was scouting the internet for them, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to." I'm terrible at math, so I'm not putting anyone else through that. To be honest, that's too harsh. Question number 6. We are going to run over slightly from 5 o'clock as things are going, so I do apologise, but we'll crack on. We'll speed run these next couple. Which year was the first televised Christmas message from Queen Elizabeth II?
I should know
I
this.
was going to say, Ellie, me and you have spoken about this quite recently, so you should know this because it's in the plans.
Oh, I know. It's either one or the other. I'm going to go with. Okay, I think I'm a year out though, I'm afraid.
You think you're a year out? You were a year out
Yeah.
on the Pogues question, so if you're a year out again, that would be quite cruel. But everyone's getting the right decade. Someone has got it correct so far. What year did you go for, Ellie?
I'm just going to give people more of a chance to let the comments come in. Okay, I've gone with 1957.
Correct. 1957 is correct. Well done. A lot of people got that in the comments as well. Victoria, Andrew, someone else got it. William got it quite early. Carol got it quite early. So yeah, 57 it was. And yeah, I thought I did that question before I knew you were going to be playing along live. So yeah, maybe that was a bit of a cheat code for you, but well done nonetheless. Question
I'm still
number
having my whole
7.
point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll still get. What are you on? 3 points? 4 points?
Yeah, 3 out of 6 I've got.
3, yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Right. Question number 7. What is the name of the fictional town in the Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life? Fictional town from It's a Wonderful Life. One of, if not the best Christmas film of all time, I would say as well. Do you agree?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Oh, it's very long. I will say that it's very long, but it's worth it. If you have a few hours spare, it is worth it.
This won't be a spoiler, me sharing my answer really, because I have no idea, Snowtown.
Snowtown's a good shout, but it's no
I actually
spoilers. That is not the correct answer. As people are typing their answers, do you have a suggestion for what is the best Christmas film of all time?
Oh gosh. Can you come back to me at the
I'll
end?
come back to you with the answer. Yeah, a lot of people are getting this one. It is indeed Bedford Falls. Bedford Falls. A lot of people got that one right. So good. A lot of people not seen it as well. So you're not alone. Some other people haven't seen it. So you're not alone there. But yeah, Bedford Falls, as I say, if you do find yourself with a few hours spare, maybe it's a film you can watch when you're on your travels, if you're needing some Christmas viewing to get yourself in the mood.
Yeah.
Right, question number 8.
I know this one.
Huh?
I know
Oh,
this one.
have you just seen me type the question?
Yes, I can see it in the
Oh,
banner.
I was thinking, how do you know the? I was like, how do you know it? I've not even put the question on screen yet, and then I
So
remembered that
instead
you
of
can see what I can see. So yeah, I've not put it on screen yet. I was so confused.
I know this one.
That's good. What color suit did Santa Claus wear, or Father Christmas, until Coca-Cola rebranded him in red? What color suit did he wear?
Just for context for everybody listening. So I obviously I cannot see your comments, but in order to not see your comments, I've had to put something else up, and I can see when Liam updates the question that's going to come on screen. That's how I know.
I was so confused. I was like, how? I've not even shared these with you. How do you know what the answer is? And I was like, oh.
At least I think I know that I know it. We'll soon find out.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Right. What have you got written down?
So I'm doubting myself now. I put green.
Green is the correct answer. A lot of people got that in the comments as well. So yeah, green it was before red. It's hard to imagine them in anything other than red, really. But I think I like the idea of a green Santa Claus. I think that sounds quite fun. This one's quite tricky, or maybe easy. I don't know. I've been thrown off by a few of these. But question number 9. We're back onto the music front now. And from a celebrity, I'm watching your reaction for when I hit save and see if you know it there. Number 9. Which female Scottish singer was born in Aberdeen on Christmas Day, 1954? As I've given some clues that she's Scottish, female, and Aberdonian, and born in 1954, if that is much of a clue for anyone. But Scottish female singer, Christmas Day. A lot of celebrities with Christmas Day birthdays. But yeah,
I'm going to skip
interesting.
this one because I have no idea. I have a guess, but I think I might be way off that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear what this
I'm just
guess
going to
is.
see what the correct answer is, and if it is the correct answer, then that's fine. I'll forfeit my point.
I'm,
But
I'm
I
going to
actually
need
don't.
your I'm going to need your guess because I think it'd be interesting. But a lot of people are getting it. There's two answers
I think
kind
I
of
might be.
coming and
I
going
think I'll be
here.
way off that though. I was gonna.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's Scottish. I think I'm just making this up in my head. Lulu.
Lulu is one that a lot of people are saying in the comments as well. I don't know when. I think Lulu's Glaswegian. But
Ah,
she's slightly older. She was born in Stirling in 1948 in November. So it is not Lulu, but it
so I'm not
is
massively off that then.
not Matt. No, that
Nothing
is a
wrong.
good guess. I was worried that you were going to name someone that was not Scottish at all, to be honest. So that was great. At least she was Scottish. But Lulu's not the answer. The answer is Annie Lennox, of Eurythmics
Ah,
fame. They found out today she was born on Christmas Day. A lot of celebrities, I think. The actor Ralph Fiennes was another one that was born on Christmas Day. I think there's quite a few Christmas Day birthdays. Shane McGowan, I think, was also a Christmas Day birthday as well. But yeah, a lot of people got that one right. That's one that in my head I thought was going to be hard. But then I think if you know who Annie Lennox is, female Scottish singer, Aberdeen, born in the 50s, you could probably put two and two together. But question number 10, our 10th and final question, is in which country did the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree originate? Which country is kind of credited with starting the tradition of the Christmas tree?
see, I'm in two minds of this because oh, I think what the popular answer is what I've written down, but I think there's another side to it in terms of like pagan rituals around trees.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
We've got, I think this might be the most unanimously correct one so far. So we've finished on a high. What have you got written down?
I put Germany.
Germany is the correct answer. I think every single person got that one right. So we finished on what ended up being the easiest one, I think. Germany. So yeah, that is question number 10. So how did you do, Ellie? That was what?
I
One,
got
two.
I would like to say a very respectable 5 out of 10.
That is good. Some of them were quite hard, I think. So I don't think I would have got that right, to be honest. Some of them, especially the
Yeah,
year ones. I'm terrible for what years.
see, like Ellen and Sarah saying about Norway. Yeah, see, that's where my mind also went is
Yeah.
to the Nordic countries. Um,
Is it Norway
so yeah,
that donates the Christmas tree for London every year?
I think
Is
so.
that, yeah, that's kind of where my head might have gone. I think that might have been where that started. But yeah, it was Germany. So well done. 50% pass mark. So you still get a pass.
Yes, but we need everybody to add up your results quickly, and we'll see who gets the Christmas glory. So pop those in, and while you guys are doing that, we will remind you that this is our last live session of 2024. We because I'm off next week, Jen's off next week, and then like Liam, you're off quite a bit during the Christmas holidays. So we will be back on, let me get my calendar out because I can't remember. I have a feeling it's the 10th.
10th, I think. Yeah, because I'm back on the
Yeah.
6th. So it'll be the 10th. Yeah.
So we're
And
going to be back
that's,
live on the 10th of January.
and that will be us that are live.
No, it'll be Jen.
Be Jen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be Family
Got
History
my
Expert
dates
Hour
mixed
with
up.
Jen, and we will be the week after. So yeah, that is the plan. And yeah, let's have a look and see what's coming in here. So we've got some 7s in here, which is good. Any
8 from
more? Any more?
Carol.
8 from Carol.
Very well
Can
done.
anybody beat 8?
I'd be interested to know which ones you got wrong, Carol. 8, which ones were the hardest ones? Because like I say, some of them were there. Oh, we've got a contentious question. Victoria is contesting the Santa suit tan. If anyone put tan for the Santa question, you can have an extra point. You can dolly one up, because this is the point. I was more or less live fact checking these as everyone's answers were coming in and as yours were going down. I don't know if anyone could see the reflection of Annie Lennox in my glasses or anything, but I was like frantically Googling the questions out just to see if they were all correct or not. So apologies, Victoria, and anyone else that said tan can have another point on their total as well. So Carol was 1 year out on Fairy Tale of New York, as you were as well, and said M&S for the Christmas one. So that's pretty good going, though, that to be that close to 10. Very good. I am just going to ask you a quick favor as well, Ellie. If you could just, not that one. If you could just do me a favor and read this out, because whenever you're not here, I get a Welsh comment and I can never say it. So I really want to know how this is said. And tell us what it means and how to say it, please.
Wrth gwrs, Liam. Nadolig llawen I bawb, to you all. Diolch yn fawr. And you can also say a blwyddyn newydd dda and a Happy New Year.
So that is Happy Christmas to you all. Happy New Year.
Diolch yn fawr means thank you. Or thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. You say that to me all the time, actually. You say thank you in Welsh on Slack to me all the time. So I should have known that one. But yeah, thank you. I just wanted to put you on the spot there. Because as I say, I feel like whenever you're not here, I get a Welsh comment that I can't read. So I just wanted to hear that one said aloud, because I wouldn't have any idea otherwise. But I think that brings today's show to a close and brings another year of Fridays Lives to a close as well. It's been a big year for Fridays Lives, as I say, with all the special guests that we've had on, the change to the format that we've had recently as well in the past couple of months, with Ellie and I doing the family history show, Jen Rose doing the expert hour. So yeah, it's been a good year for Fridays Lives. As we said earlier in the show, always a big thank you to you all for taking the time out to join us on these, to be chatting away to us in the comments as well. Especially sessions like today, we could not have done it without the great interaction, great comments, great stories from you all as well. So thank you so much for tuning in every Friday, for sharing your research with us, for sharing your Friday afternoons with us as well. We always greatly appreciate it. And yeah, wish everyone a very happy Christmas and New Year when it comes as well. As Ellie says, we will generally be back into the new year, and then myself and Ellie will be back mid-January at that point.
It may also be worth saying, and I know I'm going to get called a tease again, but as good as 2024 was for FMP and for our wonderful community, for you guys, there's even more exciting stuff coming. 2025 is going to be amazing for all of us, I think. So yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you.
Absolutely. And as always, you will be the first to know about the exciting new things coming in 2025. We will make sure we get the guests in to be giving you the tea first of all. But yeah, as Ellie says, thank you all very much again for joining us today, for joining us over the past, not quite 52 because some of them were missed, but probably an even 40 odd live sessions that we've done this year or something. So thank you all very much for everything throughout the year. Have a good one, and we will speak to you all very soon.